Join me as we take a look at the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Nevarro Cantina playset. Hi there Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk Bounty video. And in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Nevarro Cantina playset from the Mandalorian TV show. I just want to say a big thank you to my friend John, the action figure grader, for playing middleman on this item. I managed to get it on eBay in the States for a pretty good price, not too much over retail, and he helped me ship it over from the US, which is very kind of you, John, so thank you so much for that, my friend. So here it is, the Nevarro Cantina playset, and what struck me immediately was the size of the box. It's a lot smaller than I anticipated, basically. I never thought it'd be this small. I thought it'd be a bit more like the Jabba's Palace playset, but I guess they've only got to get one figure in this one instead of two. And the main difference is really of how thick the box is. You can see there, it's not very big at all. I would possibly say that it's not too much bigger than the Tauntaun box, for example. There you go. I'd probably say it's about 30 centimeters long. So really small box really for what it is. And there's the back of the box, or is it the front of the box? I never really seem to know whether the front is with the Vintage Collection logo or if it's the back. I'm not really too sure. But as you can see, you do get the Imperial Death Trooper Nevarro version included in the set on card. So I'm really hoping that he's going to be in minty condition, so you can go straight in a star case, because I'm not going to be opening the figure, but we're definitely going to be looking at the playset and all the features and everything like that. On the side of the box there, you can see a couple of images of the playset in action and how you can have it set up. And on the other end, a few more as well, some Death Troopers there. And I love that shot there with Moff Gideon in the background. That is pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to be able to recreate that. I don't have enough Death Troopers, and also probably not a big enough desk to be able to get that shot through that window. But there it is. There's the box. Looks pretty awesome. Love the artwork. Love the vintage feel to it. We've got the Mandalorian logo there. And as I mentioned before, the Vintage Collection logo at the bottom, Disney and Hasbro. And of course the Kenner logo as well, because it is a vintage item. So let's crack it open and see what it's like inside the box, how it's been packed up, and let's see the condition of that card back. Okay then, so here it is out of the main box, and you can see how it's all been packaged together. There's the card back there. Looks pretty good. Doesn't seem to be any dents on the bubble or anything, so it looks to be packed in quite nice, and it looks to be quite flat. So I will be getting that out in a second just to check it out. You also get the instructions here in that vintage style, which I absolutely love. And it just explains here that it's obviously modular and you can have it in various different ways depending on what you like. And there it is there on the back. Just a few instructions, so that's pretty cool. Now, as you can see, they do minimise the plastic inside of these boxes now. This was the same for the Antok Merrick X-Wing. So everything's in these like cardboard envelopes, I guess. And we've got tissue paper there with the main piece. There's the bar. So all the little accessories and everything are going to be in there. And I'm going to be very, very careful now, because I want to keep this card back in as mint condition as possible. Alright then, so here is the figure out of the main packaging, and as I mentioned, I'm not going to be opening this guy, but it is a little bit different to the previous Death Trooper. He doesn't have all of his webbing and pouches and things like that, which is more accurate to the show. Now, of course, he does still have his little sort of rangefinder thing on his helmet, which he doesn't have in the Mandalorian, but, you know, were they really going to be resculpting a brand new helmet for this guy? Probably not. You can see there it says Imperial Death Trooper Nevarro in the name pill. I love the deep green. Really, really nice card back. Mine does have a slight little scratch there. That looks to be like something that's happened in the factory or maybe in the box. I don't know. You're not really going to be able to pick it up on camera, but there is a very, very faint scratch across there like that. That was very similar to how some of the Antok Merrick card backs were coming out of those packages. So anyway, there he is. He is VC 220 in the line. You can see some of the other figures that we have already got on the back of the card there. So obviously a very, very nice one to go into the collection. Yet another Mandalorian figure. So I think we've probably got maybe over 15 of these now, which is pretty cool. They are definitely going all in with the Mandalorian. Right then, so let's take a look at this playset. So the playset itself comes with 4 main pieces. You have the main back wall here, you have the door, you have like an archway there, and you have the bar. So I'm going to put it all together in a way that I quite like, and we'll take a look from there. So each piece have these holes here, or these little pegs here, so you can obviously slot it onto there, or you could have the door over here if you liked. But I'm going to set it up like they have it on the box, which is this way here. So we're just going to slot this into there like that, and the side archway onto there like that. Alright then, so here it is all set up, and of course we don't have any of the accessories on it at the moment or any figures, which I will do at the end of the video, so don't worry, you will see it all set up in action, but I just wanted to show you some of the features of the set before I do that. So at the moment I've got it set up in like damaged mode from the end of the season 1 with the shootout and everything. You can see the damaged window there, and that is interchangeable. You can actually change that to a non-damaged window, which I'll just show you right now. So I'll move this bar piece out of the way, and if we just flip it round, you can see there on the back there that we have the two different window types. So you have, this is a piece of cardboard. They are held in by these little clips here. So if we move these clips up, we can just take this piece of cardboard out. It's a very rigid piece of cardboard. You're not going to be able to break that or anything. And there you can see the two different windows. You've got the one with the battle damage and the one without. So if we wanted to change it to the one without, you would just make sure that that is at the top of the set like so, and then you would put those clips back down. So if we just quickly turn it around just to see what that looks like without the blast effects, there you can see there like that. But I quite like the blast effects. That's how I kind of want to have it set up, so I'm going to put that back in like that. You can also take the door out if you wanted to, so you can move that clip out, so then you've got a open door rather than the closed door. But again, I quite like the closed door, so I'm going to keep it like that as well. Alright then, so there it is back in battle damaged mode, and taking a look at the set a little bit closer, just some of the details there. You can see these like lamp things hanging down, which are pretty cool. I do like those. I think the building itself could have had a bit more sort of weathering to it, a bit more of a wash over it, but I guess they do still need to maintain the clean look from before it's been sort of destroyed. But you know, I think if you're going to be wanting to display it with the battle damage window like that, then you might want to add your own weathering to the set. There's a nice little door button there, which is pretty cool, with some paintwork on it and everything. But essentially, that is pretty much it. It really is sort of like a backdrop or diorama piece, and it's definitely a centerpiece that I'm going to be using for my Mandalorian figures. The majority of my Mandalorian figures can go in this set, with some of the others that I have as well, such as the Death Star droid. He's definitely going to be my bartender. So let's get some of the accessories out and check those out before we fill up the cantina and create the scene. Now inside the envelope were all of these little accessories that I have here. Now some of these you are going to have to sort of put together yourself, which is fine. The little sort of drink decanter things. All of these are for the top of the bar. So I'm just going to place these down here because some of these are very, very small. Like we've got these tiny weeny shot glasses here. Don't know if you can see that on camera, but I'm just going to put that on the bar there. I can imagine those getting lost pretty damn quick. Some of these things you do have to build yourself, which obviously isn't going to be a problem. So I'm guessing these are like drink decanter type things. You can put that in there like so. And then you have these little clips or pegs, which just go over the top. And I'm guessing that you can make these how you want. So you could have one like that. So if we're going to do it like the box, we could put that one there like so, with like the little lid on it. So we have two of those like that. And then we've got these nice groups of bottles here, which are pretty cool. I do like those. Some nice detailing on those. There's some green ones there. And then I believe this drink is called Spotchka. I think this is the drink that Greef Karga was drinking right before Moff Gideon sort of busted in. And then we have another little shot glass there as well. So incredibly small pieces that you could possibly lose quite easily. But I've set them all up how they are on the box anyway, so that looks pretty cool. So there you go, then I've got it set up there with Cara Dune and the Mandalorian with the bartender. Baby Yoda's there and everything. But of course, what are we missing? We're missing a Season 1 version of Greef Karga. We desperately need that figure. This one just would look a little bit out of place, but I guess it's a decent enough placeholder for the time being. But we do definitely need a Season 1 Greef Karga. Also for the Razor Crest as well. One thing I have noticed, that if you did want to have people outside of the cantina so you could see them through the window, then you may want to raise the whole thing just a little bit off the ground, because obviously then you can see Moff Gideon in the background there. Otherwise you can't really see him, and I could move him back a little bit, but that just makes it worse. So as you can see there, I've got the incinerator coming through, and this makes me want that deluxe pack even more now with all the blast effects and everything, because if you are going to have the set displayed with that blasted out window. I think it will look really, really cool once you've got those blast effects and you've got Grogu sort of pushing back the fire from the incinerator trooper. I think you can make a really, really good scene. And then of course you can utilize the battle damaged Din Djarin as well without the helmet on and everything like that. You've got Cara Dune. As I said, you're just missing Season 1 Greef Karga, which is a big miss. But hopefully Hasbro will sort that figure out for us and we'll get him in the line. But in the meantime, you are going to have to use Season 2 Greef Karga, which is slightly weird. Also, of course, we do need the client as well, because obviously the client gets shot through the window. Spoiler alert. You do need the client as well, and he's coming in the Black Series, so hopefully in the very near future we'll get him in the Vintage Collection as well. Anyway, so let me know your thoughts on this Nevarro Cantina playset in the comment section below. Drop a like down below if you did happen to enjoy the video. Hopefully I've shown you all of the things that this thing can do. I think ultimately it's more of just like a backdrop really, a bit like the Tantive 4 playset, where that's just a corridor, but it makes a really good scene for your figures, and you know, it's going to look great in the cabinet with all the Mandalorian figures around it instead of them just sort of standing there. I think it's a really nice backdrop for that. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And also thank you so much to my Patreon supporters and channel members. Your support is greatly appreciated. More news and reviews to follow on the channel, of course, as always. So thank you so much for watching, and we shall see you on the next one.